Every 33 seconds, someone in America dies from heart disease. But here's what nobody talks about. Most of those deaths were preventable. The warning signs were there weeks, sometimes months, before the heart gave out. They were ignored, dismissed, chalked up to just getting older. If you are a man over 70, this video could save your life today. I'm going to show you 5 warning signs of heart failure that men in their 70s and 80s routinely overlook. Signs that your body is sending you right now, and what you need to do the moment you recognize them. If you've ever felt unexplained tiredness that sleep just doesn't fix, comment yes below, because that might be your heart talking, and you need to hear what it's saying. A few years ago, a 74-year-old retired teacher named Gerald came into his doctor's office. He wasn't there for his heart. He was there because his shoes didn't fit anymore. His ankles were swollen. He figured it was the heat. 3 days later, Gerald was in the ICU with severe heart failure. His heart had been struggling for months. The signs were all there. He just didn't know what to look for. Gerald survived. But millions of men like him don't get that second chance. I want to make sure you do. Stay with me until the end, because point number 4 will surprise most people. It surprised Gerald's own doctor. Let's get into it. 1. The fatigue that sleep can't fix. This is the most overlooked sign of all. You sleep 8 hours. You wake up exhausted. You sit down after a short walk and feel wiped out. You used to mow the lawn without a second thought. Now climbing the stairs takes something out of you. Most men blame this on age. They say, I'm 72, of course I'm tired. But here's the truth. Normal aging causes some slowdown. What it does not cause is sudden, progressive fatigue that gets worse over weeks. When your heart is weakening, it can't pump enough oxygen-rich blood to your muscles and organs. Your body is literally running low on fuel all the time. Think of it like this. Your heart is a pump. When the pump weakens, everything downstream suffers. Your legs feel heavy. Your mind feels foggy. Even digesting a meal feels like effort. Track your energy over 2 weeks. If your fatigue is getting worse, not better, and it isn't explained by poor sleep, illness, or stress, call your doctor. Ask specifically about your heart function. Ask for an echocardiogram. That's a painless ultrasound of your heart. It tells your doctor exactly how well your heart is pumping. Don't let a doctor brush it off as just your age. You know your body. Trust it. 2. Shortness of breath that sneaks up on you. This one is sneaky. Very sneaky. It doesn't always feel like gasping or chest tightening. Sometimes it's subtle. You notice you're breathing harder after walking to the mailbox. You have to pause halfway up the stairs. You start avoiding activities you used to enjoy. Not because you don't want to, but because they become surprisingly difficult. And here's the part most men miss entirely. Shortness of breath that happens while you're lying down, especially at night, is a major red flag. When you lie flat, fluid that has been building up in your legs redistributes toward your lungs. A weakened heart can't clear it fast enough, so you wake up at 2 a.m. struggling to catch your breath. You prop yourself up on 2 or 3 pillows without even thinking about why. Many men have done this for months. They think it's acid reflux. They think it's anxiety. They buy more pillows. It's their heart. Count how many pillows you sleep with now compared to 6 months ago. If that number has gone up and your breathing feels easier sitting upright than lying flat, mention this to your doctor immediately. Those 2 extra pillows may be the most important detail you share at your next appointment. 3. Swollen ankles, feet, or legs. Remember Gerald from the beginning of this video? This is what brought him in. When your heart isn't pumping efficiently, fluid begins to accumulate in your body. Gravity pulls it downward. It settles in your ankles, your feet, your lower legs. Your socks leave deep marks on your ankles. Your shoes feel tight by afternoon. You press your fingertip into your shin, and the indentation stays there for a moment. Many men blame the heat, or too much salt, or long days on their feet. Sometimes that's true, but when the swelling is persistent, when it's there in the morning and worse by evening, when it keeps coming back, your heart may be struggling to keep up. Drop a 3 in the comments if you've noticed swelling in your legs or feet recently. Elevate your legs when resting. Reduce sodium in your diet. But more importantly, see your doctor. Persistent leg swelling requires an examination. It can be heart-related, kidney-related, or vascular. All of them are serious. All of them are treatable if caught early. We've covered 3 signs so far: fatigue, breathlessness, swelling. But the most important point, number 4, is something most men have never been told to watch for. It has nothing to do with chest pain. It has nothing to do with your legs. And it happens to thousands of men over 70 every single day, completely undetected. Stay right there. It's coming up next. 4. A persistent cough, especially at night. This one surprises almost everyone. A cough, a heart problem. What do those 2 things have in common? More than you'd think. When the heart weakens and fluid backs up into the lungs, your lungs respond the way they always do to irritation. They try to clear it. The result is a persistent cough or wheeze that just won't go away. This cough is often dry. Sometimes it produces white or pinkish mucus. It tends to be worse at night or when you're lying down. It doesn't respond to cough medicine. It doesn't respond to allergy treatment. And because it sounds like a cold, men live with it for months. A 71-year-old man spent 4 months visiting his doctor for what both of them believed was a lingering respiratory infection. 4 months of cough drops, antihistamines, and waiting. A cardiologist finally heard his lungs and ordered a simple test. Heart failure, moderate stage. The cough had been his heart's distress signal the entire time. If you have a cough that has lasted more than 3 weeks and is not connected to a cold, allergies, or smoking, ask your doctor specifically about cardiac causes. Ask them to listen carefully to your lungs. Fluid in the lungs makes a distinctive crackling sound. A good doctor will catch it. Don't assume a cough is just a cough. 5. A racing or irregular heartbeat. Your heart has a rhythm. It's been beating that rhythm since before you were born. When that rhythm changes, when you feel your heart fluttering, pounding, skipping, or racing for no clear reason, pay attention. The feeling is often described as a fluttering in the chest, a brief sensation like your heart turned over, an unexpected pounding you can feel in your throat or ears. It may last a few seconds. It may come and go. You might feel slightly dizzy or lightheaded when it happens. Most men dismiss it. It passed. I'm fine. But here's what you need to understand. When a weakened heart beats irregularly, it becomes even less efficient. Blood can pool. Clots can form. The risk of stroke increases dramatically. The most common irregular heartbeat in older adults increases stroke risk by 5 times. 5 times. Drop a 5 in the comments if you've ever felt an unusual heartbeat and just let it pass. If you feel an irregular heartbeat, note the time, how long it lasts, and what you were doing. Then report it to your doctor immediately. Ask about a Holter monitor, a small wearable device that records your heart rhythm over 24 to 48 hours. It can catch irregularities that a standard test in the office would miss entirely. This one test could change everything. Let's bring this home. You've just learned 5 warning signs that men over 70 dismiss every single day. Signs that can mean the difference between catching heart failure early and facing a crisis that could have been prevented. Fatigue that doesn't improve with rest is not normal aging. It may be your heart running low on power. Swelling in your legs, shortness of breath lying flat, a nighttime cough, or a racing heartbeat are not small inconveniences. They're your body's urgent messages. Early detection changes outcomes completely. Heart failure caught in early stages is manageable. Waiting until a crisis is not a strategy. Think about the men in your life. Your husband, your father, your brother, your neighbor, the man at church who's been a little tired lately. Forward this video to one of them today. You could literally be saving a life with one share. If you recognized any of these signs in yourself, please don't wait. Call your doctor this week, not next month. This week, tell them you want your heart evaluated. You have every right to advocate for yourself. You've spent decades taking care of others. Now it's time to take care of you. If this video helped you, click that like button. It helps other men over 70 find this information when they need it most. And if you aren't subscribed yet, hit that button now, because next week we're covering something equally important. Stay well, stay strong, and we'll see you in the next one.